Republican nominee Trump has claimed that voter fraud is happening in two Pennsylvania counties, even though officials are still investigating voter registration issues there. With just a week until Election Day, Trump and the Republican National Committee seem to be preparing to challenge the results if he loses. Trump raised concerns on social media about fraudulent registrations before waiting for the investigations in certain counties there in Pennsylvania, despite Pennsylvania authorities, the Secretary of State, for example, saying and asking for patience and that the matter is being investigated. Meanwhile, the latest CBS News poll reveals that both Trump and Harris are tied in the crucial swing state of Pennsylvania. We are now joined by Robert Shapiro, who you saw earlier. Thanks, Robert, for staying on. He's a professor of political science at Columbia University. Robert, Trump and other Republican officials are increasingly floating these claims about potential issues with mail-in ballots in Pennsylvania. State officials, as we said, reassuring voters of the integrity of the ballot process. How worried are you? And give us really an understanding of the gravity of the situation that Trump really wants us to believe is huge.
Yeah, well, what Trump seems to be doing is setting the stage for his declaring that the election is fraudulent if he loses. It's pretty clear that this has been his strategy all along, and what you see his claims right now in Pennsylvania doing precisely that, and the fact that we've seen fire set at ballot boxes that really reinforces the possibility here of complaints about the use of ballot boxes and any other changes that have been made in election procedures that Trump and his supporters think is working to his disadvantage.
But on the whole, how concerned are you about the integrity of the election process? Because there are several people who actually believe what Trump says as far as the whole election likely going to be skewed, especially, of course, paving that way, as you said, if he loses.
Well, with regard to the integrity of the counting of the votes and the determining the outcome of the elections, we saw in 2020 any claims of fraud were basically found to be unfounded in the courts. The 2022 election, by all accounts, was a free and fair election. Maybe it simply reflected the fact that the Republicans were able to gain control of the House of Representatives, even though they did less well than they expected. And the elections are run by basically diligent and fair-minded bureaucrats in states headed by Democratic governors. Of the process is excellent. The problem is having a candidate who is a sore loser.
Thanks very much indeed, Robert Shapiro, there joining us this morning here on NDTV.